Hello and welcome to another episode of A Day in the District. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington, and I'm so excited to be able to share news and information of things happening right here in your Gary Community School Corporation. Today I have a special guest, and why do I say special? Because she's special, and she's my friend Latanya Woodson. She is here representing the WDS group to talk more about an adult learning initiative that we have partnered here with the Gary Schools with your organization, and I'm so glad to see you. Latanya,
I
hi.
am so happy to be here, Chelsea.
We've been COVID hiding, and so I haven't
Yes,
laid eyes on you as much as
I
I would
know.
like to. So how have you been?
I've been well, just like everyone else, dealing with the aftermath of the pandemic. But I am blessed because my family, everyone is well.
I'm so
So
glad to
I'm
hear
very
it.
happy and I'm very blessed for that.
Good. So you have made it to the hot seat, I like to call it, but it's really not that
Yes.
hot for the
Okay.
simple fact that we have amazing news to share. One of the things about the Gary Community School Corporation under the leadership of our manager, Dr. Paige McNulty, the key word has been partnerships.
Yes.
There are a variety of resources available to our citizens, and we like to identify them from an educational standpoint, connect with partners to make sure that our community has the resources that they need. So, picture this, I'll paint the scene, and then you
Okay.
can jump in and tell
Okay.
everybody what you all have to offer at WDS Group. Life happens, and we have the greatest intentions of obtaining our education. Particularly with the pandemic, there have been some of our students who have been unsuccessful in a virtual learning environment. Fast forward now, and it's time to graduate. They don't have the credits that they need. Panic insets and wondering how am I going to do this to catch up and or just obtain my GED so that I can move forward and be successful in life. Coupled with that, you have those in our community. Maybe they dropped out. Maybe they had to take care of a family member
Yes.
and said, you know what, I'm going to have to put school on hold, and I've always wanted to go back and get my diploma. Enter Latanya, Denise Dillard and Company, and the Gary Schools, and a whole barrage of educational partners. So I've said a
Yes.
lot. I want to turn it over to you to talk about what is happening that we're able to help those two sectors of the population I just talked
Thank you,
about.
Chelsea, for that. That's where the adult learning cooperative program comes in. The community knows workforce development. We've been in the community for over 20 years, led by the wonderful Denise
Hey,
Dillard.
Denise.
And with Denise, her connection with the community. Okay, she believes in strengthening families and connecting them to resources that's going to help strengthen our community.
Absolutely.
And the Adult Learning Cooperative Program is one of those components of workforce development.
And she has the right person on the team to
Oh,
get it
thank you.
done.
Thank you. I am the community relations manager and the life coach for the program, but I also want to give you some key points to the
Okay.
program.
Okay.
Again, you mentioned free high school credentials. A lot of times, as you mentioned, there's boundaries where high school students may not be able to receive their diploma as seniors. It could be financial situations going on and they have to drop out. It could be a mother that's had a baby, and it could also be bullying.
And bullying is real. Sometimes
It's
it's like I can't focus on learning because of the
exactly,
environment is not
exactly,
welcoming, and that's
exactly.
unfortunate, and I didn't necessarily recognize that that was one of the barriers for this program, but I'm glad that it's available, that they have alternatives.
So there's a variety of reasons why a person is not able to get their credentials, but that's why we're here. So when you want to return back to the adult learning environment, we offer a no judgment environment and skilled teachers that's going to be there to help the student
I love it.
succeed.
I love it. So It all started, I understand, with a conversation. Everything starts with a conversation, and I love that because you know how they talk about deals being made on the golf course. Well,
Yes.
I know I'm very close to Dr. Page, and I know that she prides herself in having a listening ear, and so connecting with Denise to talk about, okay, what's the program, how can we help, and we were able to land a partnership where some of your services are being provided right at our Gary Area Career Center.
Correct. Right here in our own city at the Gary Area Career Center, where we offer this course. We offer courses that's going to strengthen the student in math, writing, reading, social studies, and oh my goodness, science.
All of the basics.
All of the basics.
And the thing about it is this program has been a secret, but not anymore
Not
because we're working
anymore.
together to make sure that the information gets out there. But I often come to the Career Center for other things, like when we're having our advisory board meetings or things like that in the evening, and I'll pull up and I'll say, my, there are a lot of cars out here. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I know for COVID, the advisory board meetings are open to the public. So I'm like, who's here? And
Right.
this was before I knew that the partnership had already ensued.
Exactly.
And so it made me excited to know that not only has the program begun, but there are people who are enrolled who are attending regularly and they are getting the necessary skills, information, and courses to get their high school equivalency.
Exactly.
And so when we come back, we are going to get into the nitty gritty of who's teaching these courses, who else is involved, and how those who are watching can either get themselves enrolled or tell the people in their communities and their families and households how they can get involved. You're watching A Day in the District. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington, and we will be right back. Stay with us.
Don't tell anybody, but I'm a bookworm. I'm one of those very ambitious, highly motivated, overachievers you've heard about. When I enrolled in Gary Community Schools, I thought I'd be all alone. Sort of like an anomaly or a unicorn. Turns out, that wasn't true at all. There's lots of us here.
Gary Schools. Strong, resilient, built for education.
Welcome back to A Day in the District. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington. A Day in the District is an amazing program where we get the opportunity to tell you about all of the great things that are happening in your Gary Community School Corporation. I'm still here chatting with my friend, Latanya Woodson from the WDS Group. We are talking adult learning, Latanya,
Yes.
and how important it is for those who are seeking to get their high school graduation equivalency, what they need to do. But before we go into the nuts and bolts of the program, I want to make sure that we shout out the partners that we're working
Yes.
with. I'll name the entity and see if I can get the person right too. We definitely have Ivy Tech, and is
Yes.
that Chancellor
Chancellor Louis Gonzalez.
Louis Gonzalez? I feel like I'm on Jeopardy.
Yes.
What is Ivy Tech? We also are working with Healthy East Chicago.
Yes.
All right. And then we also have Indiana University Northwest with Chancellor Ken. Hey, Chancellor Ken Ijama, I think it is. He's going to be so mad at me. Hey, Chancellor Ken. I always say Chancellor Ken. But partnerships are great, especially when you have higher ed involved, because to me that says once completing that high school level, you can have your sights set on post-secondary education.
Exactly.
I also want to shout out my colleague here at the Gary Community School Corporation, Kershell Hobson. She's on our curriculum team.
Okay.
And
Yes.
what is school without curriculum? You got to have the program laid out. Now, back to you, Latanya Woodson. You were telling me offline that you can't just jump into the program. each participant, you need to know where they are, and that's done through an assessment.
An
So talk
assessment,
to me about
pre-testing.
pre-testing and how that works.
So when a student calls us, contacts us, you'll go to a website.
Okay.
The website is als.wdsgroup.org.
Okay.
Or by calling us at 844-542-6700.
Okay.
Once they give us a phone call and that application is submitted, someone on our team will connect with them. And we will schedule an appointment for them to come in so we can give them pre-testing.
Okay.
And that pre-testing is very important because now we're going to target what's your strengths,
Okay.
what's your weakness. And again, they're going to be tested on math skills, science skills, social studies, reading, all of the core groups.
And how long is that portion? How long does that take?
Well, the first 12 hours is really important.
Okay.
Okay. And then after that, then we encourage the student to come in. We're there Monday through Friday from 2 to 8 o'clock. And we encourage the student to come in every day, every evening, because when they do that, then now you're becoming more confident.
Yes.
You're spending more time with the teacher. So whatever weakness that you have, we can address that.
So do they set up a schedule? Like, so say I have a part-time job and I can come on Tuesdays and Thursdays for 4 hours. Would that work, or do you work individually with
We
each?
will work
That's
individually.
amazing.
And that's why the ALC program is so important.
Yes.
That's what makes it so great.
Yes.
Because the teachers, they do work a plan for individual success.
Yes.
Okay? It's all in, we keep the student in mind, even when it comes to looking at those barriers. Okay? So, and then we post-test.
Okay.
So there's a pre-test and a post-test, and we make sure that each student is prepared for those post-testings.
That's good, because I was going to ask you, just the word test itself makes us a little nervous, like test.
Yes.
Where are you going to put my scores, and what's going to happen to me if I don't perform the way I think I should? Wouldn't you say that they shouldn't be worried about that? It's
Don't
just an
worry.
assessment. How
It's
do you
just
talk
an
to them
assessment.
to make sure that they don't
At the very
run?
beginning, it's just an assessment,
Okay.
just to see where you're at.
Okay.
And then once we find that out, we address that
And develop that
and
learning.
develop that.
So tell me quickly how the other partners are involved. How does Indiana University play a role? How does Ivy Tech, are they sites, or do they contribute to curriculum? How does that work?
Well, they could contribute to the curriculum,
Okay.
but for the most part, what they are mostly where we have those connections.
Okay.
And what as far as the curriculum, the information that we need, and so they are great partners, and they serve as a great support system for the program.
That is great. So again, if people are just tuning in and they're like, what are they talking about? Can you give the website and the phone number again
Sure.
for this amazing program?
It's alc.wdsgroup.org. The phone number is 844-542-6700, and we always have staff available to answer your phone calls.
Oh, that is wonderful to hear. Now, as community outreach, what are some of the things that you are doing to help get the word out? Do you go to like public events and local events? Because I feel like this is one of those secret gems in the district that we've got to work together to make sure people know
We've
about.
been on social media.
Okay.
We hand out flyers, and of course, we're always looking to do more things. And I'm here with you.
That's right. That's right.
That's
I
most
reached out.
importantly,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
So you're helping us, and we want to thank you for that.
Not a problem.
So, and we're always looking to do other things in order to get the word out as far as this much needed
Yes.
program.
So I'm sitting here already brainstorming. My mind is
I
going crazy.
know.
Now that I am getting more information about this program and the partnership that you've established with the Gary schools, I will commit now to make sure that a button is placed on our website
Okay.
so that we can link it back to yours, so that those of you who are interested in completing that diploma they're just a phone call away. I'm saying to you now to go ahead and just do it because this is absolutely free. And when we come back, we're going to hear more about this amazing program. I am your host, Chelsea Whittington, for A Day in the District. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's gross. I don't really want to talk about it. She didn't want to at first, but I mean, it's no big deal. Everybody does it.
I was ready, totally ready, because we had been practicing this dance for weeks.
He was supposed to take this girl to this dance, but
I sprained my ankle at track practice.
I hate sharing anything personal. It's so disgusting. For the dance, I let her wear my shoes and she hated it, but I thought she looked great in them.
he could barely even walk.
I ended up taking some pills for my pain.
Yeah, they were my mom's, but
It didn't go well.
If it's not yours, if it's not yours,
if it's not yours,
Hey you,
don't take it.
don't take it.
Don't take it.
don't take it. You won't believe what happened next.
Hello, my name is Dr. Paige McNulty. I'm the manager for the Gary Community School Corporation, and I am pleased to be joined today with the Jackson 5 family members, Tito and Marlon Jackson.
Hi,
how are you? Thanks for being here today.
Not only are we members of the world-famous Jackson 5, but we are proud products of the Gary schools.
Growing up in Gary, our school system afforded great opportunities from academics to extracurricular activities.
And today is no different. This is why we encourage you to enroll your child in the Gary schools today.
For more information, please call 219-881-5466 or visit garyschools.org. And please remember, enroll in Gary Schools today.
Yes,
That's right.
definitely enroll.
Gary Schools.
Strong, resilient.
Built for education.
Hi, and welcome back to A Day in the District. I'm your host, Chelsea Whittington, and I'm excited. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm excited, one, because I get to see my friend Latanya Woodson, but I'm also excited because we are talking about a program that makes such a big difference in our community. Being able to obtain your high school graduation, diploma, equivalency, credential, we've called it many things during the show, is something very important, and it's that first step as we graduate into the next chapter of life, looking for employment and just really creating this feeling of accomplishment.
Yes.
So we've talked about some of our young people who are going through the program who need to finish and get some credits done, but there's also that sector of the community that may have gone on in life to do other things, get married, raise their family, and that's that one thing that's hanging out there to say, I want to go back and
Right.
get this done.
Right.
And WDS Group is doing it through its Adult Learning Cooperative along with our partners. Here's my test. Ivy Tech, Indiana University Northwest, Gary Community School Corporation, and Healthy East Chicago. I got it.
And again, we want to give a special thank you to Dr. McNulty.
Hey, Doc.
Yes.
Yes. Again, she is really all about the partnerships. We can't do it all ourselves,
No.
by ourselves. We know that it takes community. We know it takes our stakeholders, and we want to be held accountable. When
Yes.
people go back and say, well, what are you doing about the graduation rate? What are you doing to make sure that people see their education through? And it's partners like you that help us to get the things
Thank
that
you.
we need to
Thank
get
you.
done. So
Yes.
thank you for that. And Denise Dillard, my
Yes.
friend. So you're going to start to see a lot of me. I'm going to have to say
Okay,
that because
okay.
this is a partnership, we are required to get the information out. So you and I were talking offline about this other piece. Latanya, remember one time you told me, I don't know if it was like a year and a half ago, you were like, I'm going into life coaching. I'm doing some certification courses and
See,
things
you're
like
trying
that.
to make me cry. You're trying to make me cry.
Listen, Latanya. And what did I say? I was like, you can do it. That's amazing.
Yes.
Coming full circle, now here you are at the table telling me we have life coaching services. I'm like,
Yes,
don't
yes.
you do that? So please, Tanya, talk to me about that component of the program, because it's not just about the coursework, it's about getting motivated and mentally
Yes.
ready so that you can finish the course.
Absolutely. And I will say, when God closes one door, He opened up another
So
one.
many. I'm
Okay.
a witness. That's a whole nother show, right? But yes,
But
tell me about the life
yes,
coaching.
life coaching is needed. That's one component that this program have because the student come in already feeling defeated. And we teach them not to speak defeat, but
That's
to
right.
speak victory. And one of the things that happens is them coming in the door. You've already got it
That's
when
step
when you
one.
showed up right there.
Yes.
Let us help you do the rest.
Okay, okay. Life
Okay.
coaching is, oh, and see, a lot of that I think we kind of need in the schools sometimes when we
Exactly.
need that extra push to say you can do
Especially
it.
after everything we've been gone through this past year.
Yes.
Mental health is a big topic right now that's facing our throughout our communities. So, with that being said, with the life coach, we just address everyday situations to developing healthy relationships, what that look like, using your time wisely.
Oh, that's a
We
good one.
also address, how to prepare yourself for an interview,
Oh,
how to
yeah.
show up on work on time, and how to be punctual. We address those professional tips that once they go through the program, you're going to be ready.
And you talked to me about that. You said there's the life coaching
Yes.
component, and then there's the career readiness. So I feel like people are getting the whole gamut.
You're getting the whole gamut, even when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to making sure that you're staying active and eating the right meals and getting your rest.
Oh, that's key.
Okay.
I probably need to come sit in on some sessions. And another thing I promise that we will do, in addition to giving you the presence on our website, we definitely will come in and talk to some of the participants. And I understand that there's a success story before we get out of here that you want to share with me to show that the program works, and it's only been in existence
It's
since
only been
November.
since November, and we've already had 2 students to graduate.
Awesome,
Yay.
awesome.
So that means, but they came. They came when they were scheduled to come. They met and they received tutoring. They did everything that they were asked to do, and that's the thing. You gotta come.
It's because of your life coaching. You motivated them and you made them want to keep coming back. I can
Thank
just
you.
tell with the teachers and the energy that is being applied to this program through Denise and all of our other partners. I am so sure that we will be able to create a pipeline of individuals who are interested, and I am committed to assisting with that. Quickly, can you tell me, so what does a graduation entail? Is there a ceremony? I know with COVID we haven't been doing like
Yes, and we're making plans for that because
Okay.
again, with COVID and this being our first graduation, we want to make sure that it's special. And also, one of our success stories was a mother that was expecting her 3rd child.
Wow.
Yes, and when she came into the program again, she was feeling like, I'm always tired, I have to work, I don't have childcare. So with the resources that we receive, we provide transportation.
Awesome.
We provide resources to help with childcare.
And she got it done.
And she got it done.
Well, if that mother is out there watching, I just want to let you know that we salute you. I have been chatting with my good friend and colleague, Latanya Woodson, from the WDS group, talking about the Adult Learning Initiative. I want you, by the time this airs, the information will be on our website at garyschools.org. Thank you so much, Latanya,
thank
for
you.
joining us. And thank you for joining me for another episode of A Day in the District. I've been your host, Chelsea Whittington. We'll see you next time.
WSTG